of us have a comfort theology. You know, in Christians around the world, we have a comfort theology. It's built into our DNA. I like things comfortable, don't you? I like everything to work my way. I like, you know, I like never to be betrayed by my brothers. Never to be slandered by Potiphar's wife or somebody else. Never to be forgotten by people because I've done so much for them. I want, in my theology, everything to work just nice and all the time. I want everything to be successful in my 5-year plan. After 1 year, I'll have this. After 2 years, I'll have this. After 3 years, yeah, comfort theology. You know, there's a verse that Eliphaz says. Eliphaz is the mystical comforter in the book of Job. And we've quoted it here, and it's a valid biblical verse. But Eliphaz says to Job, you know, if you are righteous, you will decree a thing, and it will happen. And Job says, duh. Yeah, well, then why am I suffering? God has declared me righteous. God has declared me righteous. And if you are righteous, well, you know, we even quote a New Testament verse. Jesus said, if you ask anything in my name, I will do it, right? We all believe that. But not everything's going to happen right now. There's a difference between the now and the not yet. Okay, now, so how important is this when we begin to understand these principles? We need to balance that with the fellowship of suffering. Right now, my burden, almost every day I pray with a heavy heart. I know of nations in the world, and you know, you still don't know how good it is here in America. There are some countries in the world where you can't even Zoom a church service anymore. And if you are a senior on pension and you're declared a believer, they take your pension away. If your kids go to school and they discover they're Christians, they shame them and they can't go to the good schools. And you can't even do homeschooling now because they think you're subversive against the government. And if you're a Christian, you can't get the better jobs. These are the kinds of realities. Then I look at other countries and I look at here in America, and sometimes you have your great plans, and you have a child that is autistic, or you have long-term illness, or you go through different crises in your life. What about the area of the fellowship of suffering? We need to know that we have a God who is all-wise, and that whatever happens, there's the now and there is the not yet, but he cares for us and he's going to work in every one of our lives. We need to balance all that. Joseph had faith in an all-wise God who is going to watch over all of those things. You see, each theology has its point, but you've got to balance these things together. Okay? So number 2 is beliefs right. Then you'll have hope and not hopelessness.